Good morning. Today we are going to present on the topic of image resolution, which is one of the important components of the remote sensing system. The image resolution is required to understand because when you are going to start a project or doing research or investigation, so the basic important source is the data. Which type of data we are going to use? What would be the resolution? What is this resolution? It basically depends on our application purpose, that for which purpose we are going to use the data. Suppose this resolution is give us a estimation of the degree of details, right? At which level we are going to derive the information for this project or for this research work, like that. However, the resolution is refers to the resolving power of the sensor. Resolving power of the sensor. So basically we can say the image resolution that contains not only the competence to recognize the occurrence of two objects but also their characteristics. So in remote sensing system there are specially 4 types of resolution data has been used. One is the spatial resolution, second one is the spectral resolution, third one is temporal resolution, and fourth one is the radiometry resolution. Each of the resolution has some basic advantage and their applications, and we are choosing our image data based on these 4 types of resolution. So I come to lateral one by one. Now first is spatial resolution. What is the spatial resolution? Spatial resolution is defined as how much area scanned by sensor at any instant of time. How much area scanned by sensor at any instant of time. For example, my eye is a sensor, right? So I just open my eye and close my eye. So how much area I have seen within this particular instant of time? This is my spatial resolution. This spatial resolution basically depends on 2 factors. One is the height and another is IFOF, or instantaneous field of view. Instantaneous field of view. Height. Suppose if we go with the larger the height, that is coarse or special resolution. How? If we go into the larger height, we can view the large area compared to the lower height. So as we are viewing the larger area, but the ability to identifying of the object having less. Therefore, it provides the coarse special resolution. In comparison to the, if we go into the lower height, we can view the smaller area, but the ability to identifying the object is more. And second one is the EFOV. What is EFOV? EFOV is an instantaneous field of view, that is the viewing angle of the sensor, right? This is called EFOV. This EFOV is depend on the ground resolution cell or object space and the height of the object. It can be calculated as EFOV equal to D by H. So D is the object space or ground resolution cell. So this can be calculated as small d by f into h, where the small d equal to dimension of the pixel. What is its dimension? F is the focal length of the camera and h is the height of the sensor and object, the total height. Height of sensor about object. So based on the spatial resolution, we can divide the spatial resolution into coarse spatial resolution, medium spatial resolution, high spatial resolution, and very high spatial resolution. When this pixel size more than 1000 meters, so within this 1000 meters by 1000 meters, what are the objects are available? So it will be come into this pixel. Medium, generally 100 to 1000 meters resolution. High resolution spatial resolution data like 10 to 100 meters, and very high is the less than 10. So therefore, as the pixel size is less or small, we are able to identify the objects which are evenly spaced more in details. Next, coming to the spectral resolution. spectral resolution. The spectral resolution is refers to the capability of sensor to resolve the energy measured in spectral bandwidth of the electromagnetic radiation. It's depend on the spectral bandwidth. So smaller the bandwidth, higher is the spectral resolution. And increasing the number of band, better is the spectral resolution. How it is possible? Suppose this electromagnetic radiation, we are considering it 0.4 to 0.7 in the visible spectrum. Right? So if I take an object within this single length, that this is the pixel, it's acquiring the information in 0.4 to 0.7. So there is a one spectral resolution, there is a number of band is 1, and the total bandwidth is 0.4 to 0.7. So whatever the information is available within this area, this will collect within this single wavelength and a single band. Suppose we are classified it into the three categories: 0.4, 0.5, 0.6. 0.5, 0.6. Because each and every object in our Earth surface having the different spectral properties and radiating the reflectance is different. So it will collect information in this 0.4, in this 0.5, 0.6, and like that. So there is a increasing the number of bands as well as smaller the width of the spectral electromagnetic radiation. So it will provide a better spectral resolution. In panchromatic data, we have a single band and we are getting the data of black and white. In multispectral data, there is a more than 3 or more band, and third one is the hyperspectral. There is a more than 100 or more bands. So it will provide the better spectral resolution, medium spectral resolution, and this is the poor spectral resolution. The next one is the radiometric resolution. Radiometric resolution refers to the capability of sensor to discriminate the gray levels for better identifying of an object. This is called the capability of the sensor to discriminate the gray levels for better identifying of an object. Here is the higher number of discrete energy levels, better is the sensor's capability to identifying of the object. Higher the discrete energy levels. For example, we are identifying an object like 8-bit data, that is 2 to the power 8 or 256 gray level, and we can write as 0 to 255. In the same way, we have a 7-bit data, that is 0 to 127. The sensor has the capability to discrete the energy level into 256 category, whereas in 7-bit data there is a 128 category. So this is the capability of the sensor to discriminate the energy levels. So better is the energy levels, better is the radiometric resolution. And the last one is the temporal resolution. It defines as the proficiency of the satellite to return and collect the data of exactly same area at same viewing angle. For example, this is the area. So how much later sensor come back to this area and viewing the object and collect the information. This is the capability of the sensor of temporal resolution. So it depends on the variety of factors like tiltability, or inclination angle, height of the satellite, latitude. So these are the factors that are influencing the temporal resolution. For example, there are some satellite data having a 5-day revisit capability. Right? Like in India, there is a Lispur. Like Iris, suppose NOAA, 1-day revisit capability. So better is the sensor or satellite having the capability to collect the information from the same object from the same viewing at 1-day later, whereas here there is a capability of the sensor to collect this information after 5 days. So within this 1 to 4 days, whatever the information available, this is not possible to collect this information by this satellite system, whereas it can collect this information. So better is the revisit capability, that is better is the temporal resolution, whereas it has coarse temporal resolution and the fine temporal resolution. For example, if we would like to see, that is the natural hazard of the flood, right? So suppose what is happening day by day, just day 1, day 2, day 3. So we need to collect the information having the each and every day temporal resolution. Whereas if we going to collect the information, suppose having a 1 month revisit capability, so this type of information data not useful for this type of application. So there are lot of application of the resolution, or the benefits especially to study about the resolution. the high information content is seen by the interpreter with superior clarity. That is, better the resolution, increasing the collecting information in details. The multispectral sensor and the hyperspectral sensor have a capability to identify each and every object. Suppose if we would like to study the crop growth, right? So we need to consider the higher multispectral or hyperspectral data at each and every stage to understand the crop growth. And the tonal variation is also influencing that can be gained from the radiometric resolution. So the same, if we choose the better high temporal resolution data, we can also take information about the stage of growth and how much growth at each and every stage is occurring through the remote sensing and GIS technology or the better resolution data. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you once again and subscribe my video.